You would have heard about Ramadan and the objective of Ramadan. When mentioning about the purpose of fasting, God Almighty says in the Holy Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. The meaning, believers, fasting has been enjoined upon you as it was enjoined upon those before you, that you may become God-fearing, or that you may become pious. Now, a couple of important points in this verse. One, fasting is not limited to Muslims. We have, many other communities that fast as well. I mentioned in a recent Ramadan message that I come from multicultural, or most of us come from multicultural, diverse environments. I mentioned that if I have to go to a mosque from my home, I have to pass a test. So fasting is not just limited to Muslims. It is a common thing that we all do. The second point that is mentioned in this verse is that the purpose or objective of fasting is to become God-fearing. I just want to mention a story that happened almost 1400 years ago, immediately after Prophet Muhammad passed away, between two of his companions, Umar bin Khattab and Ubay bin Ka'ab. Umar, all of you might be aware, is the second caliph or Khalifa of Islam. Ubay bin Ka'ab is a very famous companion of the Prophet. So they were chatting with each other, and Umar asked Ubay, what do you mean by taqwa? Or the word that the Quran uses is taqwa for being pious. So what do you mean? What is this? How do you attain taqwa? So in response, Ubay asks him, have you ever taken a thorny path? And Umar responds that yes. So what did you do when you were taking a very thorny path? So Umar responded, I rolled up my garment, I was careful of where I would tread and not, so that I can avoid being pricked by thorns. So Ubay responds, that is the name of taqwa. That is what you mean by being pious. So in our environments, whether you follow Islam or Hinduism or Christianity, or even if you don't follow any of the religions, we have norms. So how far are we for anybody else? So we become beneficial for others rather than a trouble for others. So just think about this. In Ramadan, we stay away from food. We stay away, from food for a long period of time. Today, it was around 48 degrees it was showing outside. And people are fasting from around 3:15 in the morning until 6:30 in the evening. So, we are staying away from something that is normally permissible. The reason is that we then get the spiritual power to stay away from things that harm others during the non-Ramadan period. So the question to ask us in our lives inside and out of Ramadan, what is our goal with respect to following the objectives that has been set for us? What are the goals that we have kept for ourselves in becoming role models for the humanity? So just think about, see a lot of spiritual awakening. You will see people going to the mosques, people giving a lot of charity, whether it is the zakat, which is mandatory. People normally give it during Ramadan. You can see a lot of these tents that come up all over Doha and in the Middle East. We focus a lot on charity. Why? Why is focus important? We are all Toastmasters leaders. We know that it is important. Focus is the secret of success. Recently I was listening to a scholar. He mentioned about a very famous archer. The archer's name is Byron Ferguson. In a demonstration, he uses a long arch to hit a wooden disc, a mint, and a very small aspirin tablet all in one go. So the person who was shooting this demonstration asked him, how are you able to achieve this? And he responds that I always shoot for the center, because the center of a beach ball and the center of an aspirin tablet is the same. The center of a beach ball and the center of an aspirin tablet is the same. What differs is what surrounds that center. I am not worried about what surrounds the center. So what is our focus? Another example that comes to mind is about light and laser. It's the same, right? Laser is also light. What's the difference? Laser is focused light. Light, at best, illuminates. Laser can cut through steel. So, focus on our objectives that we have set for ourselves, and then we'll be able to achieve much more. So the question to ask ourselves in and out of Ramadan, what is our focus? Are we clear about the center? Are we clear about the objectives? And are we focusing on that? The third point and the third pearl that I want to mention is about appreciation. Many people think and speak about Ramadan as an opportunity to experience the pain of hunger. I recently came across a quote from one of the scholars. He said, if fasting was simply about feeling like the poor and hungry, God would not make the poor and hungry fast. While it is not the sole objective of fasting, it's not just to feel the pain and hunger, but it gives an opportunity for us to appreciate the luxury that we are living in. If you are thankful for the bounties that God has given us, He will increase the bounties for us. See, we keep complaining about the speed of wireless, how slow is it to cool the air conditioning in the car when we get inside. In the recent couple of weeks, we have been complaining about the unavailability of fresh milk. You know, when we are in pain, or even less, when we don't get some of the luxuries in life, one important aspect for us to remember is that our nightmares is somebody else's dream. The nightmares that we think are somebody else's dream. So there's a quote that we all have heard, I complain about the shoes until I see someone who doesn't have a feet. The question to ask ourselves, how much do we thank and how much do we complain? How much do we appreciate the benefits? So we are in the third 10 of Ramadan. The first 10 is called mercy or giving. The second is for forgiving. So as human beings inhabiting in this wonderful world, please remember, when we give and forgive, we make this world a much better place to live. I wish you all Ramadan Mubarak.